Hi there, I'm Becky Rude, and I'm a badass. I've been participating in Jen Sincero's You're a Badass coaching program, the 8-week program, and I want to share just one really significant piece, even though it's sort of a tiny detail. But one of the weeks, the lesson was about practicing new habits, and I chose to look at a habit of belief, the belief that I am not supposed to be here and that I don't belong. And that was particularly centered around my family situation. I am a second wife and a stepmom, and I have no children by birth. So I have been married 5 years and had really struggled with feeling a sense of belonging, even though it's a really good relationship, a really good family, really wonderful kids. It was when things would get difficult, that was kind of the pattern of thought that would run through my mind. So I chose to practice a power pose, sort of meditation, TED Talk, and Cuddy, I think, and recite the affirmation of the habit of thought that I am supposed to be here and I do belong. And I did that for 2 minutes every morning. And part of Jen's coaching was to set up a reward or celebration system for each week of practicing this habit. And so I had our 10-year-old had said, hey, in your office, you don't have that many family photos. So one thing I'd said was I was going to do a family photo collage, and another was a monogram, something with my initials on it to really identify with my family name. I had a couple other things like resizing my wedding ring so I could wear the real one, and actually just living in the home in a way that made it obvious that that I am part of this family, and that I share this space, because I tended to have the habit of sort of secluding myself away to do things that mattered to me rather than doing them in the midst of my family. So that's what I had set up, and the really remarkable thing for me was the way that those celebrations occurred, because I had envisioned them as something that I would need to do for myself, and I did set about putting together pictures for a photo collage, which I now have at my office in the frame. And the week that I did that, the first week after practicing the new habit, for one thing, our college oldest daughter came home from college unexpectedly and stopped by and brought us an anniversary card that she had their anniversary had been the month prior, and she'd had it since the week prior, but then got stuck in her boyfriend's car, and so had been available to me all along, but got delivered the Monday after practicing this habit. And it was an anniversary card to her parents and to mom and dad, and just an expression of appreciation for who we are and in her life. And it was just so openly loving, so openly accepting, and I was just delighted to actually be in a place where I could receive that. And then the youngest, she said, for your photos you should ask all the kids for selfies and do a photo collage. So I have my selfie photo collage. The 16-year-old is the head of a giraffe, which can be explained, but really we don't need to go into it. But anyway, they all actually sent me photos right away, and so I put together this picture frame of them. And then the following week, the second week into practicing the habit, was actually Mother's Day. And I had on my calendar to do something with a monogram. And for Mother's Day, the 10-year-old gave me this necklace, which has the letter R, which works for Rebecca and for Rude. So I was actually given both of my celebrations, both of the first two things that I wanted to receive in a way to celebrate this new habit of thought, this new truth that I am supposed to be here and I do belong in this family. And I didn't even have to give them to myself. They actually came from the kids, and it was simply remarkable in the detail and care and goodness and how personalized and how important. So even though they seem like tiny things in a way, I suppose, to describe them, they were the things that I longed for most deeply. And it was just really remarkable. And so that's just one little piece, one example of the gifts that I have received from this program. It's changed so much of my internal way of being, and actually allowed me to express and inhabit who I truly am, just without exception to the bad parts of the good parts, really inhabiting my whole being. And I am quite grateful and really found it to be such a wonderful adventure and such a valuable experience that I'm still participating in. So thank you very much, Jen. Bye-bye.